Today on DockSide TV, we're doing one of our favorite things, something we've been doing all summer. That's sight fishing redfish and skinny ponds off the marshes of the intercoastal.
I like this right here. Come on.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're coming down to the end of our sight fishing season, and it's not because the red fishing is goes on a decline. It's nothing to do with that. It's the fact that the trout fishing is about to accelerate, water temperatures are going to cool off, and the trout are going to start acting right. And that's really our number one thing that we target around here. We're going to get into fishing with the matrix minnow. That's going to be our future DockSide episodes. But we're still into that September time, and what happens in September, October, you get a lot of east, northeast, southeast winds until the cold fronts start coming down. The cold fronts is what blows the water out typically. So before the fronts happen, it's still it's warm out. The water just keeps coming in, and it's driving good salty water into our estuary. And when you get that good salty water and the easterly winds, the water's gonna rise. So duck ponds that we standardly catching redfish in throughout the summer, and that's typically 12 to 18 inches deep. If it's got a foot surge of water, you know, a foot on top of its normal height, it's going to push the redfish back. The redfish almost always like to be in that 12 inch, 14 inch water depth, especially when it comes to sight fishing and when you're fishing this snot grass, this heavy vegetation. So if the water comes up, we're going to push in deeper into the marsh, look for more flooded marsh situations, and by doing that, we might have to squeeze through some very skinny areas, and it'll pop up into, you know, we might go through something really tight because we know it opens up into a nice skinny duck pond behind it. And one of the great ways we find some of these ponds in these crazy areas that you can't even see it on some maps is we use our GPS all the time. We always have our standard mapping card in there. It shows me where some ponds are that I might not even know of. I might be going down a little ditch or around a corner and see that there's a pond over some marsh when I'm on my platform. I don't know how to get to it, so I go look on the card and it might show me the little trail to get in there. And that's really the name of the game with high water, is forget about the big, large, deeper ponds and focus more on the flooded marsh, skinny water ponds that you can't typically get into because the water's not high enough.
Yeah.
All summer it's been kind of tough, and just here the last 6 weeks the red fishing became very easy and the water's gotten really clean to where we're catching plenty of them every time we go out. And what happens is the last few years is the Pearl River stays very high throughout the spring and summer, and it causes too much grass in the duck ponds and the places that we like to fish. And for one, it could pull the oxygen out of the ponds. Two, the redfish do not like to swim through all that grass. Three, it's hard to float the grass. The trolling motor can't push through it. and it just makes it a pain. But like I said, as the water levels come up this time of year, that salt water, it kills the grass it kills a lot of that freshwater grass, leaving just enough grass to make it almost like a aquarium like water. It's like a sponge, and it filters it just right. You got just enough grass, water gets gin clear, and the redfish really like it in there, and you start seeing redfish and stingrays floating around everywhere. And that's the situation that we've been getting here the last couple of weeks. So we've got plenty of sight fishing redfish videos, and we just made one a few weeks ago that we aired that is really one of the best ones we've ever done, as we had tons of action watching the redfish eat the lure. But if you're looking to see some other things we do, we catch bluefish on DockSide TV, speckled trout obviously, we got flounder episodes, bass episodes, crappie episodes, using all kinds of different products from matrixshad.com. So if you want to see all those episodes and different things that we do, make sure to subscribe to our DockSide TV channel right here on YouTube. And until next time, good fishing.